Hello everyone, welcome back to Goo to You, and a very happy Mr. Toad Day to all of you. So it is Mr. Toad Day. In the deed in the Mr. Toad movie, it says on the 5th day of October, 1940 something.
So on the deed, he did the parent transfer from the deed.
Yeah,
he traded his motor car for the deed to Toad Hall with Mr. Winkie, who was the bartender apparently. And on the date, it was October 5th, also the date that the movie released, Ichabod and Mr. Toad. So we're here to celebrate it. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, and we're here at Disney Springs to start out. Really the only reason we're here though is because there's Mr. Toad's motor car inside Co-op.
Which is an exact replica. I don't know if it's one of them, but it's an exact replica of one of the attraction vehicles for Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. So
and it's in there as a photo op. So we're gonna go take a look at it. And maybe we'll look at some other merchandise while we're in there, but then after that we'll head over to Magic Kingdom because they have a lot of different Toad inspired treats there.
We'll zoom over there in our motor cars.
Yeah, in our motor car we'll go over there. We'll try the treats and see how they are. So I'm excited. This is gonna be a good day.
Yeah, maybe we'll ride Winnie the Pooh too.
Yeah, because
for the deed.
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride used to be where Winnie the Pooh currently is. We're gonna zoom around in our motor car and see Mr. Toad stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. This is gonna be fun. I guess so. Let's get going.
All right. All right, so we're here at Co-op. This is where the vault collection is, which is where Mr. Toad's vehicle is. Here's all the merchandise. We'll get a closer look at it inside. Yeah, these are ticket books. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But we'll head in and we'll get a closer look out there, or in there. Let's see. Oh, there's a big 50th with Orange Bird. That's nice. But over here is where all the merchandise is gonna be. I think we showed a lot of this merchandise before. I came and looked at it when I did the confectionery video opening day. So we won't spend a ton of time here, but we'll walk around a little bit. They got a lot of different little trinkets and stuff that they used to sell a lot of this stuff in the parks and around the resorts and everything.
These ears too, I just bought these. If you see, they're not like the traditional Disney ears. They have the old logo on it.
Yeah,
I like
and
them a
the
lot.
ear itself is a different shape.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's interesting.
Just a lot of fun things, small things like the back scratchers too.
I remember when they sold these back scratchers. Actually, I think I had one of these when I was younger. So that's a lot of fun. I think I'm gonna have to get another one of those. And then they also have Mr. Toad's shirt here, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
$36.99. Nice fabric.
Yeah. And then I believe this back scratcher was, $12.99. Yeah, a lot of different nice stuff in here. Oh, I actually got this jacket. I like it a lot. So, will you take it and show the back of it? So it has Magic Kingdom and the castle on the front. There you go. And then on the back, look, it has a lot of cool characters.
All the classics. You have Jose. You have Who We Do in Louie. This is great. I like this a
fun jacket. How much is it?
That's a good question. You wouldn't know. You just got it.
I don't know. I don't pay attention.
$89.99.
$89.99.
Yeah. Pretty fun. It's a pretty heavy jacket too. It's not like cheap or anything. So it's definitely a good price for a good item.
And here's Mr. Toad's motor coach. You want to get in it? There you go. You can sit in it. You can take a photo off. And
will start spinning.
Yeah.
Like when you saw the first motor car.
And this is a photo op. It's marked like a photo spot. So I believe you can take your mask off to take the photos. That's what we did. And a cast member took our photo and they didn't stop us. So yeah, a lot of fun. That's really the only reason we came over here. We also got the Everglazed 50th donut while we were here, which we're gonna post on Instagram, our full review of. I might also get the gelato milkshake from the Gelato Viva Gelato or whatever. It's 50th anniversary themed. It has 23 karat gold on top. So there's some different fun things at the Springs. We'll post all that on our Instagram as well.
But this isn't 50th anniversary day. This is not October 1st. This is October 5th. Reserved to Mr. Toad only. So make sure you check our Instagram for that only. So there you go.
Yeah.
Mr. Toad.
I guess that's probably about it here. So
I just want to show really quick. They have phone cases and magic bands with Mr. Toad on it.
Oh.
Which probably, that would be fun.
Yeah. Let's go take a look at that real quick.
I'm sure I saw it somewhere here. Let's see. I know they had a magic band. Oh, Oh, those aren't. That's a Happy Halloween one. Maybe Mickey and Friends. I don't know. I saw it at one point. Huh.
I guess not.
Maybe I know they had a phone case. I think this one was under Parks. Oh, here we go. We're getting to retro attractions. Here we go.
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
Yeah, that's a great phone case. That's the original poster. Yeah.
That's
So nowhere in particular, just where we're going today.
Yeah.
There we go. I haven't seen the Magic Band, but
So we saw the phone case. They are $29.99 and up. If you want to personalize, that's an extra $5. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. We got to see some cool stuff. But I think we're probably gonna head over to the Magic Kingdom now. So I guess we'll see you guys there.
yeah, let's go to nowhere in particular, I guess.
Alright, so we made it here to Magic Kingdom. We're here on Main Street, USA. I think probably the first thing we're gonna do is head into the Vault store because they have another tribute to Mr. Toad here.
We also have his deed. We'll see the date, the official date, October 5th today, which I'm really excited to see. We'll go in there, see if they have any other merchandise we missed at the Disney Springs store.
And then after that, I think pretty much all we're gonna do is just try some Mr. Toad inspired treats. I think that's pretty much all there is. We'll also go on Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh because that's where Mr. Toad used to be, where Mr. Toad's Wild Ride used to be. So I'm really excited. There's a lot of cool things to see around here to pay tribute to Mr. Toad.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll go see all of it.
Yeah. So I guess let's get going.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Pretty much same layout as the Vault Collection Disney Springs. I like that they're highlighting Mr. Toad here, but here's his deed right here.
And it's
signed by Winkie right there. The 5th day of October right there.
October right there.
Yeah. Well, there he is. Looking very proud of his deed right there.
Yeah.
I'm glad he was able to recover it, by the way. It was pretty thrilling. Overall, they have pretty much the exact same merchandise they had at Disney Springs. Of course, you do have the Mr. Toad shirt, which we saw at Disney Springs, which I will remind you, it is $36.99. It's a nice shirt. I know a lot of people really liked it. But this one thing I did not see at Disney Springs. Is this a tray or something?
I don't know.
$24.99, kind of like a plate or something. But yeah, not really anything different from here. But I really like the photo op with Mr. Toad here. You can actually get your picture with him, which you really can't really get anywhere else. I think we're gonna go on. Should we go to Friar's Nook? Yeah. Head over there and get some snacks.
See what they have, and we'll go from there.
All right, let's head over in our motor cars.
All right, so we've arrived back here at Friar's Nook. I guess this is the only place we need to come. They have all 3 of the Toad snacks here, which I wasn't expecting. But we'll give you a closer look at what exactly they have. So they have the Wild Toad Brat Burger, which has a bratwurst patty, obviously. And then, I guess it kind of looks like Mr. Toad. And then they have Mr. Toad's Dome Cake, which is a peanut cake, chocolate peanut butter mousse, and salty caramel center. And then lastly, they have the frozen wild sour cherry, blue raspberry, and sour apple wild ride, topped with whipped cream and black licorice wheel. It all looks good. I'm excited to give it all a try. What do you think?
I don't know. So I'm not a pickle person, but I'm excited for Mr. Toad. I think the presentation looks good. Hopefully the bratwurst patty is different than your normal standard Disney cheeseburger.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had a bratwurst patty before, so that'll be interesting to try.
Yeah, we'll see. That's what I'm hopeful for. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, so we got everything. This is the Mr. Toad burger, which honestly, I think they did a great idea with presentation. His eyes are like red. It looks like he looks when he saw his first motor car.
When he had the mania.
Yeah, when he's developing a new mania. I don't know. I feel like I'm developing a mania for Mr. Toad food.
Yeah,
this is pretty
good.
But the olives there, bratwurst. So Matt's getting early. It's cheating. But this looks great. I like this a lot. We also got the Mr. Toad. Was this like a cake?
Yeah,
dome
like,
cake.
Dome cake.
We have the whole description as we talk about it, but looks pretty good. And then here is the Wild Ride, which is really cool. It has like a little steering wheel in it. So we're gonna give these a try. It looks pretty good. So apparently Matt started eating his tongue.
It's good.
Does it taste like toad? Frog?
I guess so.
Wow. Intriguing.
Zingy.
Wow. Is it wild? You're in for a wild ride. But yeah, I mean, honestly, this looks like just a normal cheeseburger. I don't know
I hope this is better than just like a normal one. I really hope it is, because if it is, this is a great idea. I guess we'll cut it in half, try it out, and give you guys our thoughts on it.
It smells different than an average cheeseburger, I'll say that.
Yeah. Wow. It tastes exactly like a bratwurst.
I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but it has like the consistency, like the texture of a bratwurst too. You can't really see it on camera, but it looks more brothy than hamburgery.
Yeah, it tastes exactly like one.
Pretty good, honestly. Definitely better than your normal average cheeseburger. Had a lot of good flavors here. I don't think it's anything like amazing though. I personally enjoyed it, but I don't know if it's like the best thing I've ever had in my life. But it's definitely a step up from your normal standard Disney cheeseburger, which I really appreciate. And I really like the presentation. That being said, I think I'm going to give it a 3.55 maybe. Not high enough for a 3.6, but presentation, the creativity here definitely makes it better for me.
One thing I'll say about this, for me at least, the bun was kind of dry and it's kind of hard. So basically what it comes down to is this is a bratwurst in the form of a patty. It tastes exactly like a bratwurst. They do have a bratwurst on the menu as well. It's, I think, $2 less, something like that. I don't know. You probably get about the same amount of meat. So I guess what it comes down to is this was fun theming. It was a fun idea. If you like Mr. Toad and you like bratwurst, I don't think it's bad at all. Like I said, the bun for me was dry, and so that was definitely an issue that kind of took away from the enjoyment. But overall, not a bad item. That being said, just because of the dryness of the bun, I'm gonna give it a 3-4.
We also got the slushies, which are called the Wild Ride. It consists of wild sour cherry, blue raspberry, and sour apple slushies with whipped cream and a little wheel on top. Let me try it out. You definitely get the sourness there. You get some sweetness there too. I just feel like it's just your standard slushie. It's nothing really fancy here. I like the little wheel thing. I'm gonna try this. So I tried the wheel. It was very chewy. It took me like 3 minutes to chew it. Just very licoricey, like what you would think. But as far as the slushie goes, it's just a standard slushie with different layers. And what I always say about these layered slushies are, you drink them, they don't really mix together very nicely. What happens is you usually end up drinking one layer at a time, and I just feel like that doesn't really work sometimes with these slushies. And that being said, it's nothing really fancy here, just your standard slushie with different layers. I think I can give it a 3-3. Just a little too simple for me. Wish I had some more creativity here. It's fun though, it's a fun idea.
So for me, the slushie was pretty good. The one issue I had with it, if the name wasn't the Wild Ride, I wouldn't really know that it's Mr. Toad themed. Cause there was the black licorice wheel, but how am I supposed to know that that's a Mr. Toad wheel? It's good. It's a good combination of flavors. I enjoyed it. It was refreshing. Not bad. Definitely worth getting if you're looking for like a refreshing slushy combination drink and you like the kind of flavors that are in it. I think it's enjoyable. I'll give it a 3-5. All right, the last thing we have to try here is the Mr. Toad dome cake. I like the concept of this. I like the way that they made the dome cake itself, like the colors of his body, and then they have the little Mr. Toad thing on top. I have a feeling the Mr. Toad like face itself isn't going to be very good. It's just going to be like white chocolate with paper on it. That's what these always end up tasting like. But there is some hope for the cake. I think it's going to be pretty good. You want to tell us what flavor it is?
Basically, it's a peanut cake with chocolate peanut butter mousse and salty caramel center. So I'm hoping for something like sweet and salty here.
Yeah.
Which hopefully does well. It looks really fun. I love the design on it. There, I guess we'll cut into it, see how it tastes.
Yeah, Google cut into it and give us a cross section here. Oh, that's interesting. They glued it on with some whipped cream.
There we go. You definitely get some of that peanut butter look in there.
Yeah, you can see there's definitely peanut butter, and it looks pretty good. I'm excited to give it a try.
Another thing I will say, Friars Nick closes at 5. So if you want to try these out, make sure you guys come before 5, as they do close a little bit early compared to the rest of the park. I'm going to try this dome out. Let's see how this tastes. There you go. So the problem I have with this is it's basically a peanut butter mousse. I don't really taste any of the caramel here. I just taste peanut butter.
But when I do get some of the caramel here, I just tried the caramel itself. It's so light and so flavorless that it's not that strong at all and easily gets overpowered by a strong flavor like peanut butter. So, I mean, this is a fine idea right here, but I mean, it's definitely not what was advertised for me. That was a little disappointing, but I will say, presentation here is really good, and nothing here is bad. It's just not really what I was expecting, and not really what it was advertised as. That being said, I think I'm gonna give it a 3.4 because the presentation was so great. I would have easily given it a 3.5 or higher if they did it right. But honestly, it just tastes like peanut butter cake to me.
All right, I got my toad dome cake. We'll give it a try here. It definitely tastes the peanut right away. And there's chunks of peanuts in it too, which I appreciate. I mostly just taste peanut. For the most part, it doesn't really have much taste at all from what I'm tasting. You do get peanut, but for the most part, it just tastes like cream.
You don't taste the caramel, do you? It's supposed to have the caramel filling, but I just don't taste it at all. I mean, you get the peanut, but you don't get any of the caramel.
To be honest, I'm not really getting much peanut butter either. I think I'm getting peanut from like the peanut pieces themselves, but not really much peanut butter flavor. I'm not a big fan of the texture either. It's kind of like a mousse texture,
yeah,
which I'm not a fan of.
Matt doesn't like mousses.
Nope.
The presentation itself is really nice, though. I feel like they did a good job copying the stature and the look of Mr. Toad. So I think that's the most strongest part of this meal. And probably the most strongest of all these three things.
Yeah.
They look really great, which I'm really happy with.
I'm gonna give it a 3.
Wow.
And the only reason I'm giving it a 3 is because I like the presentation. If I didn't like the presentation, it'd be less. 3 out of 5. I don't think it's worth getting at all. Doesn't taste like anything.
But yeah, overall, like, out of all these three items, I mean, nothing really blew me away. I think overall the strongest aspect here is presentation. The slushie was just standard, but the idea of Mr. Toad definitely wanted me to get it more. But I think you just have to really appreciate the creativity and the thought they put into making these, which I really appreciate here.
Alright, so those are technically all the like special Mr. Toad offerings they have currently in the park. But there is one more thing we wanted to do, and that is to go on the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, because that is where Mr. Toad's Wild Ride used to be. And there is a tribute to Mr. Toad's Wild Ride in the ride. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it. It goes by kind of fast. We're going to try. Either way, though, we'll get on the ride. And we'll kind of just enjoy it. Just kind of reminisce on what used to be, on what once was.
Even though we've never ridden it.
Yeah. We're going to go.
Alright, let's head over there.
So at the beginning of our meal, you said you were developing a mania for Mr. Toad items. But towards the end, it sounded like that mania was kind of dying out.
It was. But I will say, if anything, I developed a mania for themed foods, which I feel like Disney is doing really good for the 50th.
Yeah.
They have a lot of really fun, like, themed foods to old attractions and things, which I wish they would do more. That's great. I love this.
Yeah, I feel like we just haven't had a whole lot of that lately. I guess they've just been working on the 50th anniversary celebration for the last 10 years.
It all released.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I definitely have a mania for that, like 25 minutes.
Oh, gosh. There's a lot of people here to honor Mr. Toad.
Yeah, well, it's worth it. Every single second is worth honor Mr. Toad. One of the things I do want to let you guys know, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride did close, unfortunately, here. But over in Disneyland, there was such a big ruckus of people really upset that they were going to take away Mr. Toad for Winnie the Pooh. So because of that, they ended up taking away Country Bear Jamboree, which is very sad for Winnie the Pooh. But that being said, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride still remains in Disneyland, so we're hoping to make it over there someday. But when we go, we'll ride it and reminisce on this video, which is really fun.
Yeah.
You can still have that Wild Ride today. And that's because of you guys. You guys showed your support for Mr. Toad. You know, Mr. Toad appreciates that, and Goo does too. That's true. So, I didn't see Mr. Toad before, but like, did they change that from Mr. Toad?
Oh, maybe. It used to say Mr. Toad.
Yeah,
Mr. Sanders.
Yeah. I don't know.
I need to have a word with Mr. Sanders.
Yeah. Who is this Mr. Sanders?
He clearly has no respect for Mr. Toad.
It's very sad.
I have a feeling probably what happened here is people were sending him a lot of hate mail for replacing Mr. Toad, and so he glued his mailbox shut so he couldn't get any of it.
Yeah,
it won't open.
I mean, clearly. What else could this mean? All right, so it looks like we kind of made it up. About 20 minutes almost. So 19,
20 minutes,
yeah,
yeah.
20 minutes. So pretty accurate wait time. I'm excited to get on this ride. Are you ready?
I'm ready to honor Mr. Toad.
Yeah, me too. It's really nice. I mean, a really long wait just in honor of Mr. Toad. It really brings a tear to my eye. All right, here we go.
One day, in the 100-acre wood, the East Wind traded places.
If you ask me, he'll never reach that tree.
All right, Toad's coming up here on the left. There he is. There he is. Good way to honor him today.
Hunter! Watch out for other ones and mortals. They feel right.
Oh no.
And everyone gathered together to say,
Looks like they're sold out of the Mr. Toad merchandise.
Weird.
It must be like a supply issue or something.
Well, it was no Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, but I guess it'll do for now.
I guess so.
We actually do have one bonus thing that we want to go check out with you guys that we didn't mention before. We're going to head over to the Haunted Mansion to see Mr. Toad in the Pet Cemetery. And we'll probably wrap it up there.
Yeah.
So we'll head over in that direction.
Sounds good.
You know, it warms my heart to see all these people waiting in line to be able to go pay Mr. Toad some respect at the end of the ride. Unfortunately for them, what they don't know is you don't have to go on the ride to see Mr. Toad. You can go right through the exit. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll walk right where it says exit only and go visit Mr. Toad. All right, it's kind of hard to see. Let me try and zoom in. He's all the way at the top. There's Mr. Toad. Kind of hard to see, but he's up there. And he looks happy, so that's good. Well, it's good to see you, Thaddeus. I only hope that he can live out the rest of his days happy and driving his motor coach all around wherever he wishes.
I wish I knew at least his current whereabouts. All we know is he gave the deed to Owl, and we don't know anything. It's sad.
It's all right. We'll be okay.
I hope so. Well,
I think that about wraps up our tribute to J. Thaddeus Toad.
we can't end this like that.
Yeah.
We need to give him respects.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Well, it was a wild ride. Let's just say that.
It was.
A truly wild ride. It was great that we got to see his motor car, that we got to drive around in the motor car, even though that was outside of the video. We got to ride where his old attraction used to be. We got to try his food, and we got to see his grave over there. It's just sad, but I mean, I'm glad we could do it today. I think it was a great day to come out here and do this.
Yeah.
Still sad though.
It was a lot of fun to reminisce about the ride we never got to ride.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I think we're probably about done.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, for reminiscing on these memories, celebrating Toad Day. The movie did turn 70 years old today, I think, if I'm correct.
I think so.
Yeah. So it's a big day, and we're happy to share it with you guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it was pretty good to come out here, pay our respects to Mr. Toad, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, for sharing this with us. As usual, please make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry, I'm just so overwhelmed. I'm sure you guys can understand. Yeah. As usual, I'm Goo.
I'm Matt.
And he was Mr. Toad. And you're you. And we both wish a Goo and a happy Mr. Toad Day to you. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you guys later. Bye.